Hello, hello, hello. This is Naveen with Naveen's Cuisine. And I'm having a real busy day today. I am making KEBBA, but not the KEBBA, the bowls, the KEBBA SINEYA, which means in a tray or a pan. It's the same ingredients, but instead of making the bowls and frying them and all that, this one is just in a pan. You stick it in the oven and it's ready in less than half an hour. No oil, no grease from the oil, nothing like that. And it's really nice to have it parties, in a buffet. The origin is Lebanon. It's a Lebanese dish. And the ingredients are, there's two kinds of situations here. We got the outer part of the beef. It's basically ground beef mixed with fine bulgur and some spices. And then the inside is ground beef cooked with onion, garlic, olive oil, and then you throw in some pine nuts. If you don't have pine nuts, you can always use walnuts, that's fine. But traditional is pine nuts, because pine nuts come from Lebanon and also Italy. The climate is perfect for the cultivation of pine nuts in those two countries. And there's other Mediterranean, Middle Eastern countries also that use pine nuts in their food or to garnish. And we're using allspice, which has ginger and cinnamon and cardamom and turmeric, cumin, wonderful aromas and tastes, and some sumac. Sumac is a very fine deep red spice. It adds color, but it also adds a little fire. Not too spicy, just a little bit. I'm gonna have my pot ready. I have my oil ready to throw in my onion and garlic and saute it perfectly until golden. Then we can add our ground beef and spices. So here's our olive oil, our garlic, our onion. Boy, it smells so good. Then I'm gonna add my blend of spices because the heat brings it up so nicely. So we have turmeric, saffron, nutmeg, cumin, cinnamon, coriander, and cardamom. Oh my goodness. I think we're ready to throw in some ground beef. I'm going to put in a couple of pounds. Pat it down. So get nice and brown and get a bit of all these wonderful spices. And just keep stirring it around until it gets all the beautiful aromas of the garlic, onion, and the whole spices until it's all nice and browned. So I did a taste test and I needed to put a little bit more spices, the allspice, and a little bit more salt. Almost done. And now I add some pine nuts. Mix it up. Stir it for a couple of minutes. And we are ready to do the other part of it. So the second step for the KEBBA SINEYA is ground beef, let's say that was 1.5 pounds, and we're gonna add some fine bulgur wheat. It has to be fine, and it's equal parts. So here, and we're gonna add some cumin, baharat, which means Arabian blend, which is allspice. This one has paprika, pepper, coriander, cumin, cloves, chilies, cinnamon, and cardamom. We're gonna put a nice generous dose in there. And I found this wonderful ingredient here, toasted onion. And I thought it was wonderful. It has salt in it already. And toasted onion, I think, will give this mix a really good addition. If you don't have it, you can't find it, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna keep mixing it together. And I believe I'm gonna put more because it doesn't look equal parts. It's supposed to be equal parts, so it gives it a nice crunchy touch. So what's happening is, when you put it in the oven, it doesn't take long because you're making a thin layer of that at the bottom and on top of the filling. So it's a thin layer with the crunchy bulgur in it. Wouldn't take more than half an hour to cook. Traditionally in the Middle East, it's served with a vegetable, salad, some rice pilaf, or you can serve pieces of it with tea, with tabbouleh. Make a nice little Arabian buffet. My friend Joy is helping with a senior event in her senior community, and she asked me, she said, we're doing Arabian nights. What do you think I should do? I said, well, KEBBA. She says that's a little complicated and it's a little difficult. And I said, yeah, because you have to, with the KEBBA balls, you have to have your ball in your hand, and then you have to massage it really good and form a little indentation, and then put the other kind of meat in the middle and kind of close it in. Then you have to fry it. I really don't like frying much, so I avoid that as much as I can. If I can roast something, bake something in the oven, cook it on the grill, I'm much happier. So here we have some ground beef, and our spices, a little bit of that toasted onion, and fine bulgur. And then find yourself, it could be a sheet pan, it could be a shallow pan. I like this pan, it's very versatile for me. So after I've mixed everything really so well, I'm gonna start putting some at the base, the bottom of that pan. Always make sure you have enough for the top, or else it will look kind of funny with the top missing pieces of it. So you're going to be spreading it with your hands. Nice and thin, as much as you can. You can wear gloves if you want. I just didn't want to go fuss with it in the garage, look for it. So I'm just doing it straight with my hands. So make sure, like I said, you have enough for the topping. You don't want to run out. Done. With the heels of your hand, it's a nice little flat utensil to use. Alright, now I'm going to bring in the ground beef that we sauteed earlier. Onion and garlic, and added a lot of spices, and pine nuts, important. Kind of use a slotted spoon to take any juices out, because this beef dish is more on the dry side. It's not too wet. Wonderful. So you got the skinny, thin layer at the bottom, and then we got that. And now we put the rest on top. There we go. It's a little trickier for the top part. So what I would do, I'll take small pieces like that and pat it in my hand as thin as I can. Pat, 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 really thin. And it's trickier because now we have that other beef on top of it. It's difficult to spread it out. So it would be easier if you can do it before you put it on. And kind of tuck the edges. Such. I think what I was afraid of is happening. I might run a little short, which makes it a lesson to you to always make sure you have enough for the top. I'm gonna try to work my magic here. Skinny as possible. By golly, I might be able to make it. Another trick is at the end when you try to really spread it thin and connect all these pieces, wet your fingers so it doesn't stick to the meat. And then spread it. Well, let's see here. I think I'm doing it okay. Yay. Check out this corner. Perfect. A little bit here, and here, and one last piece here. Yay! Barely made it. So again, with the heel of your hand, with your palm, go around, spread it, seal the edges. Kind of like working with pastry, right? Sometimes you just have to keep patting it, the crust, so the crust will cover the entire bottom of your pan. There we go. Perfecto. Go around, tuck the edges in. Voila. Now, traditionally, you need to make little designs on top. So we're gonna, let's say, we're gonna go kind of cut it through the first top layer. And go again like that. Doing little designs all over, and once it's cooked, that incision that you made with the knife stays, so it makes it easier for you to cut through it. You can do triangles, little circles, squares. And you can go like this. And it's just a design, so remember, you're not cutting across these little small portions. It's just a design. So I'm not ready to bake it today. I'm gonna cover it with plastic wrap, really good, put it in the freezer. So maybe this weekend I will bake it and serve it, and don't have to worry about cooking this weekend. How about that? As much as I love cooking, it's nice to have a little break. So there you go. KEBBA.